Hello, friends. My name is Coco, and you don't know me, and I don't know you, but I am very happy you're alive today. Today is Tuesday. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hopefully, you had a really good day. If so, congratulations. I hope that continues on for the rest of the week, and you can. I was so excited about saying congratulations about your good day. Couldn't even talk, but. What I'm trying to say is, I really hope it continues on for the rest of the week, okay? Because when you have those good days, hold on to them, because that means that you're just really, really feeling good. The other day, I was having such a good day. I felt good about how my day was going. I even felt good about how I looked. I felt good about everything. Just a little pep in my step really made the difference, okay? If you're not having a good day, it's okay. Your day's almost over. Just take that time to rest up, get your mind set and ready for the next day, okay? Not every day is going to be a bad day, and you never have the same bad day twice, okay? So hopefully not a worse day, but still, nonetheless, I know on my days where I thought I was having the absolute worst day ever, the next day was still kind of a bad day, but it wasn't as worse as that day. Or I may have a really, really bad day that just kind of knocked out my worst day out of the park. But nonetheless, I always have those in-between days where things are going really well. And as I kind of got myself out of situations like, a very stressful job, if I had very drama-filled friends and things like that, once I kind of cut those out of my life, I noticed I was having a lot better days than I was before, so keep that in mind, okay? One thing I just wanted to talk about really quick is, I know as you go out and about and tell people you have depression or you're trying to open up, I just want to say, don't take to heart some of the things that people say. Sometimes some of the advice that people can give can be a little counterproductive in a sense. So, for example, one of the things that I always really, really hate hearing from people is when they say, look at what all you have, though. Be grateful for everything that you have. And the thing with depression is it is a mental illness, so it's not something that I can control. And in fact, I get into a lower point in my depression when I have to think about the things I'm grateful for, because I am very aware of the things that I have. I am very aware that I am truly grateful for the things that I have, and I really am. But I can't control that I'm sad. So then I feel like there's something wrong with me personally, because why am I sad then? Why am I feeling this way? I start to not validate my own feelings and not validate myself and how I feel. So that's kind of a big one. And as there's a lot of articles coming out, there's a lot of them that say, things you should never say to someone with depression, and that was one on the list, and a bunch of other things. But I kind of want to put it in perspective. So on the other end, though, it's very hard to give someone advice, especially when you find out there's a situation about them, especially if you've known them for a while, or like me, I'm a closet depression type of person, so not a whole lot of people know because I'm always bubbly and happy every day, which is my own self-mechanism to try to at least get me through the day. So nobody ever has any idea that I have it, but, when people do find out, it can shock people. And I know when people tend to open up to me, I feel very grateful that they're opening up to me, but sometimes depending on the level of which I know them, it can be a shock to me, and I immediately want to comfort, and my immediate comfort is to give someone a hug, rub their back, hold their hand sometimes depending, and sometimes you feel like you have to give something more, and sometimes you can't find the right words to say. So my point in this, I know I'm getting a little off track here, my point in this is basically to say that yes, people can give bad advice. That's a way of life. I've been given all kinds of bad advice, just as much as I've been given good advice in my life. But, sorry, there was something going on outside. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But my point is that just take it with a grain of salt. Like if they say something and it hurts you and everything, don't focus on it, because sometimes people just don't know what the right thing to say is. Sometimes people just want to help you and they can't put into words in the best of ways to make you feel better. So if someone comes along and tries to give you some advice and it really just makes you feel cruddy or things like that, just do the best that you can to just wash it away, open up that treasure trove of things that make you happy, and just know that deep in their hearts they are doing the right thing. They want to comfort you and they want to help you. It's just, again, sometimes we don't know the right words to say, and I'm very guilty of that sometimes. Like, in my old job, if a family member had passed away from someone, one of the customers, or patients, I felt uneasy and unsure of how to respond, because You don't want to say, well, they're with God now, because some people do take comfort in that, and some are like, no, I want them here with me. So again, it can be the same with depression. Sometimes if you find that the advice isn't so good, just remind yourself that deep down inside, the bottom line is they just want to help you and that they care about you. And again, we may not as eloquently say it, but know that the love is there and that the love is real. So on their aspect, they are trying, and those articles are good to say, don't ever say this to so-and-so or things like that. However, on our perspective, we just have to remember that they do love us, that they are trying to help us, okay? So I love you all. Do the best that you can. That's all that anybody asks for. And remember, I am very happy you're alive today.